Welcome back. F. Scott Fitzgerald's Great Gatsby is a full-blown cultural icon, one of the great American novels of the 20th century, and the subject of 3 Hollywood blockbuster adaptations starring Alan Ladd, Robert Redford and Leonardo DiCaprio. But whatever happened to them?
No, it's adaptation as an immersive experience. This guy's gone all giddy already. At Dublin's Gate Theatre is wowing audience, and one of its stellar cast, Mark Huberman, is with us this morning. Good morning to you, Mark.
Good morning.
Stellar.
Can we talk about The Great Gatsby, which I love? I think most people love that story.
I've never read it.
The 20s.
I've never seen the movie.
Was it not on your Leaving Cert curriculum?
In school?
Yeah.
Could have
been.
It
was one of the few things that I actually engaged with. It was just such an interesting story. But this is different, Mark, isn't it? Because it's an immersive experience in the Gate. So explain that. I know Simon knows exactly what that is.
Tell us what the immersive experience is, Mark.
Explain it to the rest of us.
I'm just reading Simon's email back to you. It was, I mean, it is. It's kind of, I suppose, as a classic book, I mean, straight away, it's not the book, because it can't be when it's on stage. But, it's immersive in that the second you walk into the theatre, you are walking into Jay Gatsby's house, really. You know, I mean, the auditorium has been changed, the seats are gone, most of them. That you walk in, you're literally in his house. So the second you walk in, people are dressed up, there's music playing, there's a bar there, and you're just in his house, and that's the night.
You're at a party.
You are, straight away.
Do people come dressed in 20s?
They do. I mean,
flapper gear?
Yeah. And what's amazing there is that you can't tell who's an actor and who's in the audience. So, because we were in there, you know, so you start off and then just then the action starts and you don't know, you know, so people are just mingling.
So is the play taking place on the floor amongst the audience, or is the stage there, or is it both, everything used?
There's a bit of everything. There's raised areas, but just naturally as you would in someone's house, you know, staircases, or you go up steps to a different level, and then, but there's not just that one area. The whole theatre's being used. So what used to be the bar is a playing space.
That's very clever.
Rehearsal room.
Very clever.
The old green
different.
room. So, like, there's about 12 or 13 areas of the theatre that are now people...
And is there a chance as a theatre goer that you could end up being dragged into anything? Because I know, you know, some people would be really excited by that, and it would really turn off. Yeah. It would be a huge turn off for others.
It is. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, you know, if you go to a stand-up gig and the comedian starts pointing at you and asking you questions, you're a little bit... I just came to watch. Thanks very much. Yeah. But again, it's not scary in that sense, because it is just like a party. It's like somebody turning around to you at a party and going, you know, and I've met you before, or it just has that feel. So yeah, you might be asked to do something, but it's just, you know, you wouldn't just put that over there, or simple stuff.
Okay.
That is
no pressure.
Who's well, obviously the director and creative team, but are they responsible for tearing up the rule book and saying, look, this is the way I want to do this production? Whose brainchild was it to immerse the theatre in the show?
The director's from England, and he's done the show before. It's been on in York, and it's on in London at the moment. So Selena Cartmel, who's the new boss at the theatre, saw it in England last year, and they had a chat, and I don't know how it worked out, but now it's here. So I think it was just, the idea was to just open the whole theatre up, you know, and kind of, I mean, no one's seen it before. None of us have done a show like this before. It is brand new for everybody. It's
strange, though, when you mentioned the name Selena Cartmel. As soon as I heard that name, now it makes sense to me.
Okay.
Because she's one of the best directors in the business currently working, and she's been responsible for some groundbreaking productions. Sweeney Todd at the Gate.
Exactly.
You know, so this, now that you mentioned Selena Cartmel,
it makes sense.
Now it makes sense to me.
Okay, because it didn't earlier. No, cool.
No.
It's all
I'm just trying to follow it, Mark.
No, I'm sorry, I can slow down.
Just slow down.
I can go a lot
just
slower.
A bit.
No, I understand.
So the moustache is part of...
The what?
It's just getting into pubs.
Yeah, exactly.
Part of being Tom Buchanan.
It is, yeah. I mean, it's actually referenced in the script, so that was the worrying 4 weeks of rehearsals. Come on.
Really?
But, yeah.
Trying to make it grow.
Yeah, and everyone's like, you're not going to bother? No, yeah, I might.
No, so, I'll just give it a go.
No, I am. So there's a bit of help there, just for chaps. Only for chaps is in there. But,
just for chaps.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's just a bit, it doesn't, you can't see it otherwise, but, yeah, stand under the light. So moving, tilting.
In certain light.
Yeah.
It's a long run, isn't it? I mean, the show is on till September?
Yeah, 16th of September, yeah.
In terms of theatre, that's, for Ireland, is that unusual that it's a long enough run?
I suppose. I mean, some of the bigger theatres do pick a show and go with it for some particularly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I think, and so far so good. I mean, the response has been unbelievable. You know, and it's it's funny because there was an American actor in last week, and because the format's different, and you You know, like you say, like what happens? What happens when you go? And even as actors, when we were rehearsing it, we were like, what's going to happen? It was new, you know, to us anyway. There are people who've worked in that style before. And there's an American actor in last week, and he was like, I think this could be the future of theatre, because you're there. You know, there's the kind of feeling that sometimes you go and watch a play and it's 200 feet away and you're sitting there and you're with your mates and you're in the dark and it's just not... It's
like
immediate, but it's not actually immediate. You know, there's a bit of a... You know... Whereas this is literally beside you. Someone can be acting right beside you, or you're a witness to things, and that kind of does something to you, that you're kind of, I shouldn't be here, I should.
It's a completely different way of experiencing a piece of theatre.
It is, but it's kind of a brilliant way, because you're part of the party, you're essentially invited in, you're accepted straight away, and you're there, you can have a drink, you can have a laugh. And there's brilliant things happening, and then it gets a bit darker, and you feel like you shouldn't be there, but you are, and you get to see stuff happening right in front of you.
On the flip side of that, as an actor, the fact that you don't have the safety of that fourth wall, the fact that you're down amongst the audience, have there been any kind of is the real party? Is there any of that?
There's a bit of that.
Is there a bit of that? Yeah.
People tell you how they feel, you know, and
really? And you
because
have to
you know
deal with
yourself,
that,
even in a play. It's because people watch telly. People are sitting at home shouting at people on telly.
Oh, absolutely.
So when you're on stage, people say things out loud, or people know bits. But this is even more than that, because you're asking people to get involved. You're like, come on, come in, have a drink, sit down, have a laugh, let's go for a dance. So then people are given that choice to get involved, and they do. And but again, like at a party, like if you were having a party in your house and somebody had one too many gin and tonics, and said, you know what, Simon?
That has happened.
I didn't like that sandwich.
Oh, that's happened.
Can we talk to you about rehearsing? And striking out, of course, is recommissioned. Interesting, I was reading about reading. Reading, isn't that what you actors call it when you're rehearsing and you're reading lines and all that? And you do that with Amy, your sister, because there's a certain trust there. It's incredible that you have each other. To be able to do that kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
That's so important, isn't it? To be with someone that you can trust.
Absolutely, yeah.
Of course you did. I mean, myself and Simon have a history of this. I mean, like, sometimes you got to...
Have you guys read together?
We have,
We have, yes, we have, yeah.
Should I just leave?
This is...
It's bringing it all back, Mark.
You said you wouldn't say anything.
Well, she brought it up.
I know.
Maybe you started now.
But,
Back on track, back on track.
yeah, well, that's it. I mean, like, modern auditions now are different because you put yourself on tape, you know, you kind of, you know... When I started out, if you wanted to go and do an audition for something in England, you had to fly to England. Or, you know, you wanted to be seen for something in America, you had to go to America. Now, you can just make a tape in your kitchen and send it off, you know, but then you need to, you know, it's who you make that tape with or who you can work with. And, yeah, myself and Amy would put each other on tape a lot, you know, and it's great. You know,
would you be kind to each other, or would you be very brother-sisterly, kind of harsh advice?
I think you'd be actors to each other.
You do. I mean, that's the thing, you know, you want each other to get the job. So there is that delicate thing of giving somebody a note that you're like, would you, you know, but then again, to be honest with Amy, like, particularly with the comedy stuff, and all of it, you wouldn't give her any notes. She just has it. She just has to press record.
She's no future. Nothing going for her, though.
Well, I think most people would disagree.
Yeah.
And like yourself, Mark, continued success.
Thanks very much.
There's a long list of achievements there, and loads more to come, no doubt.
Enjoy the rest of the run. That's a long run.
That's great, but
it's a shame. It sounds like such a miserable dressing room as well with that cast.
No, it's actually brilliant. It is.
And Charlie McKenna.
Exactly. It's trying to put the handbrake on when the show's over every night. It's the hard part.
Yeah.
So it's running until the 16th of September.
16th of September,
at the Gate Theatre.
Yeah, exactly.
Brilliant.
Good to see you, buddy.
And you.